Good morning and welcome to this live broadcast. I'm MJ Lifestylist, coming to you from our home and studio in Bournemouth in the UK. We are live this morning from 10 till 10:30 UK time, and we are here to provide some motivation, inspiration and conversation for your day ahead. So, as with every morning, we begin this morning by showing an attitude of gratitude. What in your life are you grateful for right now? When we show that we're grateful for things, they show up faster, they are sustained more. The more we show an attitude of gratitude, the more we are able to attract positive and life-affirming things into our lives. So, why not start by sharing the 3 things that you are grateful for in your life right now? What 3 things are you grateful for in your life right now? I am just going to try and... That's why. I'm just going to try and share my broadcast to my normal page because it's easier to get all your messages through that way. So I'm just going to do that for a moment. I'm going to just try and grab that and do that. And of course, when you're trying to do it quickly, Facebook doesn't want to play with you, does it? Does it? So we've got Ruth and Danielle in this morning. Hey girls, how are you ladies? Good morning to both of you, MJ Lifestylist. And I'm going to just share that quickly. So let's begin this morning by sharing the 3 things you're grateful for. What 3 things in your life are you grateful for right now? You can also be grateful for things you've not yet received. How? Because when you show that you're grateful for something, it's more about the vibration than the actual item. So when you're in a grateful mood, when you're in an attitude of gratitude, you send out a vibration of positivity. And that vibration is matched by the universe. So that's something that we're going to be looking at today. Good morning, grateful for garden, spring flowers and no snow. Amazing. Grateful for bin men taking the rubbish, my cats greeting me this morning, and a good night's sleep. Really cool. Really, really cool. I had a good night's sleep. I kind of woke up late this morning. I woke up at 9:15 and still managed to start this broadcast early. So also, why not like and share this broadcast? Share it with friends so that they can see what's going on. I myself am trying to share this broadcast, but Facebook and me are not cooperating this morning. So as soon as I get this done, I will be fully attentive to all of you. I just need to be able to there we go. I just need to be able to share it quickly or to link it quickly to my account, and then I can begin in earnest. We're going to pull some cards. We're going to have a bit of a chat. What 3 things are you grateful for this morning? What 3 things are you grateful for this morning? There we go. Done. Post. Right. I am now all yours. Who's this? Morning, Tony. How are you? Yes, hoping that you are well. So what 3 things are you grateful for? How are things showing up in your life? Where have you noticed changes in your life that are actually for your benefit and that are actually supporting you and bringing you forward? Where is all of this showing up for you? I would love to know. Love to know. What's happening in your life? What is happening in your lives to show gratitude? Right, Danielle says, I've ordered a mental health diary, which is all about gratitude and making notes every day. Looking forward to using it to help my mental health. I can send to anyone who is interested. Amazing. You can maybe you can share the link on here on the conversation, Danielle. If you want to share the link in the conversation, then people can pick it up if they'd like to. Morning, Han and Bella. Grateful for extra day off this week. Good. Paving down the side of the house being finished and Phoebe's dog food arriving. Is she getting specialized dog food now, Jane? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Karen says she's grateful for green garden, health, and family. Amazing. For support from this group, says Ruth. Amazing. So yeah, there's so much in this world to be grateful for, and when you start to look for the things to be grateful for, when you start to actively think about what you are really grateful for, like what am I really grateful for? Not just because people tell me to be, but like what do I genuinely feel grateful for? You know, the roof over my head, food on my table, the earth under my feet, the air that I breathe, the water that I drink, the family that I have, the people that I come into contact with, the opportunities I have, the tools I have to do my work. You know, just when you start to rattle off things, it becomes more and more of a conscious gratitude, because you start to realize all the things in your life, like everything in your life should be, in theory, something that you're grateful for. I'm even grateful for the bad experiences in my life, because they lead me on to better things, and they help me to learn, and they teach me, and they help me to grow. So even if something is at the time seen as negative, I'm always grateful that there's a positive to come out of it, which is, you know, a little bit hippy dippy, but it works for me. So who am I to say? So Liz says, grateful for friends, no frost, and an engineer fixing my washing machine. Good. I like that, Liz. I love my washing machine, so I'm a big fan of what you just said. I've got lots of time for my washing machine because it makes my clothes nice and clean. No, just buying it in bulk. Okay. Here's the link, guys. If anyone's looking for the link for this mental health diary that Danielle's talking about, it's here in the conversation. I'm sure you can click on it and pick it up for the mental health diary. A gratitude journal, guys, would work just as well. A gratitude journal, when you're working in an attitude of gratitude, it really helps to program your mind. And when you start focusing on you see, our brain can only do one thing at a time. So when you start focusing on the positives in your world, it doesn't leave you much space to think about the negatives. So when you start thinking about the positives and you're focusing on the positives, the negatives will move to one side, because you can't do two things at once. And that's not a male or a female thing. That's a fact, is that your brain can do one activity at a time. It can focus on one thing at a time. So really, really, really important to do. Any of those diaries are really, really good. There's the gratitude one. There's ones that I've bought, like the 5 minutes a day diary, etc., that are just really good for focus, really good for they give you like a task per day, or they give you 3 things to be grateful for, writing a list of the things you want to achieve this week, all sort of in a positive mindfulness way. Oh gosh, all in a positive mindfulness way. Bearing in mind that I've qualified as a life coach and in mindfulness and in meditation, so they are all skills that that we all possess, but that I've honed and worked on. Speaking of which, we have a chakras workshop coming up at the end of this month. Chakras are spinning energy centers in your body. You will all have seen pictures where there's like an outline of a body, and there's 7 different colors going up the body. Sometimes they get shown with their symbols in them as well, and it looks like a rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So they are amazing, amazing energy centers in our body. They can either be open or closed or all over the place, a little bit haphazard. And the thing is that if you learn about your chakras, you can actually work out where you are a bit out of sync at the moment. So there's 7 main energy chakras in the body. We're going to look at those in detail. We're also going to look at the other 5 that have come back. So we cover 12 chakras within the 4-hour workshop. You get given all the notes. It's quite fun to go through. Interesting workshop, and that workshop we are hosting on the last Saturday of this month. I think it's the 27th from 10 till 2. If you want to know more about the chakra workshop, please go ahead and look for the event on my page, on my Facebook page. Really important to go and look for it. Grateful for my roof over my head, good support network, and you. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Now, Ruth's bringing up a valid point. Ruth, now that I'm throwing cards everywhere, Ruth says, I always start these things, but not good at keeping them up. Okay, Ruth, that's honest, and it's true for most of us. It's true for most of us. So here's the thing. When we start something new, and this can be anything, so this will work for keeping up a diary, maintaining new chores, changing our habits, implementing a new schedule, stopping smoking, stopping drinking. Okay, when we're attempting to do something new, it's incredibly important that you stick to it and push through it for at least 28 days. At least 28 days. What does that mean? It means you've got to do 4 consecutive weeks of pushing through. You've got to do, because apparently it takes 28 days to build or break a habit. So if you want to stop something or start something or maintain something, 28 days. So for 28 days, you've got to be a little bit like a policeman, and you've got to enforce it every day. Okay? If you break that cycle after 10 days, then I would go back to day 1 again, which sounds awful, but it's true. You've got to do 28 days. After 28 days, it becomes a habit. Absolutely becomes a habit. It's like, I did this for a month, and now I can't stop drinking lemon water, and it's really good for me. Really good for you. So 28 days it takes to build or break a habit. It's really important to sustain activity, whatever the activity is, whether it's something to start or something to stop. 4 weeks. 4 weeks. If you can do something consistently for 4 weeks, it becomes part of your programming. That's why they say you can change the way you think, you can change the way you behave, you can change the way you eat. I'm not asking you to change you, though. I'm not talking about changing ourselves, like who we are. I'm talking about if you want to stop smoking, if you want to eat better, if you want to go to bed earlier. You have to do it for 28 days, and then it becomes kind of like ingrained in you. It becomes a pattern in you, and it allows you to move forward, well. It allows you to move forward well and consistently. The theory is 28 days to build or break a habit. To build or break a habit. And really important to sustain whatever your new activity is for at least the 28 days, and then it will just become part of you. Part of you. And that is true. You can look it up. That's true. So, over the next 28 days, what do you want to do? What would you like to start, stop, achieve? Why not write it down here, and we can all keep track of our progress from today. It's as good a day as any. So what would we like to start or stop or maintain over the next 28 days? Danielle says she never knew that. Really interesting. Ruth said, great advice, will do. And a card to start. Absolutely. Pull a card each day. That's great motivation for doing whatever you want to do. So add to that. If you have oracle cards, pull a card every day and let that be your motivation for the day. And then in addition to that, do or don't do whatever you want to do or don't do for 28 days. So in 4 weeks' time, we should all have a new habit, or we should have broken a habit that maybe was not serving us. How did I get on yesterday? Very well, thank you, Jane. As you know, I don't like going into hospitals. The energy for me is very different in hospitals from all of you because I'm super sensitive to energies. But it was very calm in there yesterday, first of all. It was really calm. I arrived half an hour early because I don't like being late for things. Sat down, and I think I was sat down in the waiting room for maybe a minute, and the nurse came through to fetch me and said, "Oh, you're early." And I said, "Well, it's better to be early than to be late." Went through to the place where they did my scan, and it was a new gentleman, not the lady that I usually have, which might sound weird to all of you, but I like the same people. I like consistency. So my usual scan lady wasn't my person yesterday, and had my scan. He put tons of the lubricant all over my chest to get the scan because it's an ultrasound that I had done for my liver. They also did my spleen and my kidneys while I was there. So lots and lots and lots of sticky liquid, which I have an issue with things that are sticky anyway. Obviously dried off, and then got back on a bus and came home. Had a nice long shower. It was less traumatic than I expected it to be. The hospital does look like the scene from a movie, though, because it looks quite deserted, and you can't see if people are smiling or not because of the masks. It's the first time I've left the flat since December, so I was a little bit skittish with people. People, it's weird when you spend so much time on your own, as I have done over the last couple of months, to all of a sudden be on a bus with people and then in a venue with people was a little bit like, oh, there's people everywhere. So it is one of those things where you've kind of got to go with the flow. And it was fairly non-traumatic for me. It wasn't trauma at all. I can't say I enjoyed the experience, but it didn't leave me in a state. So that's how I got on yesterday at the hospital. Jenny Garrett, due to puppy duties, grateful for good night's sleep, coffee, and music. Amazing. Hey Rosa, how are you? Really nice to see you again. Right, let's pull a card for the whole group. Let's pull a card for all of you that are watching at the moment. Intention comes up. Oh, just get it all nice and neat. Intention. Intentions card 22. 22 comes to a 4, but actually we don't reduce it because it's an angel number. So 22 on its own, angels guarding, protecting you, looking after you. There is an owl here with a dandelion in its mouth, sat on top of what looks like an ostrich egg on a big pillar or plinth, and that is in a dandelion field. So dandelions talk about timing, dandelion clock. So the timing is right for you to be the owl. So you are needing to be observant. You need to hear and see all that's going on around you, as owls can do, because they can turn their heads like that. So the timing is right for you to be observant, hearing and seeing all that's going on around you. Your intentions can be bigger than you are. The ostrich egg is much bigger than the owl. It doesn't mean the owl can't have huge intentions. And sometimes we limit ourselves because we think, I'm not allowed to have that big dream, or that's impossible. I'll never get that, or I'll never do that, or I'll never be that. And the fact is, the only one preventing you from getting there is you. So the ideas, dreams, intentions can be bigger than we are. The timing is right for us to be observant, to sit on our intentions, put them on a pedestal. So kind of like, really, for me, the things I want to attract into my life, I write onto a list, and the list I put up where I can see it all the time. So I put it up where it's bold and visible, and you can see it and you can focus on it. So each time you go past it, you're being reminded of the things you're pulling in towards you. That could be more friends. It could be more time to yourself. It could be a nice new car or a nice new home. But the fact is, you're kind of attracting those things because you're focusing on them. You're looking at them consistently. So I spend a lot of time in our kitchen. So sometimes I put stuff on the fridge door, not because I'm eating, but I put stuff on the fridge door because I'm always using the fridge when I'm cooking. So I'm constantly looking at the fridge door. Our bedroom door, I do sometimes put stuff on the back of the bedroom door. So when I go to open it in the morning, the first thing I see when I touch the door is my list. Different places work for different people. Some people by their front door, some people in their lounge. Some people spread them around. I've known someone to take post-it notes and write down an individual item on a post-it note. This is their focus for this post-it note. They want to be happier, one note. Healthier, one note. Bring love into their life, one note. And then they take those and they put them all over their home. The girl I knew who did this, she did them for everything she did. So when she turned off her bedroom light at night, she could see her last one because it was on her bedroom lamp. And then in the morning, she got up, and like even when she went to brush her teeth, there was a note on the bathroom mirror. And so she split up her list into her routine for the morning and the evening, and she would put post-it notes at all the regular places she would go to on her little trip around the house. So, do whatever you want to do. Bring it into your life, bring it into fruition. So put it on a pedestal, but the timing is right for you to be observant, set your intentions. No matter how big they are achievable. And if you did break 22 down, it would come to a 4. It would be the number of the square. It would be stability, strength, structure, foundation, strong foundation to build on. We're talking today about, starting new habits or stopping new habits in a 28-day process in order to achieve that. And within that process, set those goals, set those intentions. So if it's your intention to do whatever, I can't think of something now. If it's your intention to lose weight, for the next 28 days, start taking steps in order to do so. Positive steps, small incremental steps, things you can achieve. And that's the other thing is, goal setting is great, but set achievable goals. You're not going to lose 100 kilos in a month. I mean, that's ridiculous. But it is possible to lose 2 kilos if you work in kilograms. I work in kilograms, sorry. It's all about the intention. It's all about what you intend to do. And then maintaining that for 28 days. So the focus on it, so on the list, etc. It's really, really important to, once you have set your intentions, it's to focus on them and to maintain them. So write a list or write post-it notes or do a picture, whatever you want to do, to really keep reminding yourself of those intentions. Ruth says, it's odd being with people. Glad it was not too traumatic. Yeah, I think I built it up to be worse than what it ended up being. But nonetheless, we got through it. Andrew came with me, bless him. He had to sit outside, obviously, because he wasn't allowed in. And, he wouldn't let me go alone, which is great because my energy. I'm also diabetic, and they made my appointment at 3:30 in the afternoon, which makes no sense because you're not allowed to eat for 6 hours before. So there was that whole like, oh, I'm a little bit hungry now. So it was important for him to come with to, just to make sure that I was okay. Rosa said, dit gaan goed. Het bietjie gaan kuier by my sis in Pretoria. Dis lekker, baie aangenaam. So Rosa's obviously Afrikaans and speaks my mother tongue, which I love, that I get to actually talk in Afrikaans. So she's saying it's going well with her, and she went to visit her sister in Pretoria. Was dit aangenaam? Het julle lekker gekuier? Right, Moonlight comes up. Really interesting. Card 51, Moonlight. There's an owl here too. The owl is here by the moon. So the owls always remind me of being observant, because an owl can turn its head 360 degrees for some strange reason, but an owl has amazing sight and amazing hearing. It's what you listen to, it's what you see. I was going to say taste, but it isn't that. It's the sight, because they can see in the dark, it's obviously, and the hearing. They can hear for such a long distance, apparently. They're very good with their hearing and with their sight. So owls remind me of observation and knowledge, etc. Moonlight, you've got a female character here with some wings. There's an hourglass next to her. So again, we're looking at timing. If we're looking at an hourglass, we're looking at timing. And we've got lots of blue in this card. So we're looking at our throat chakra, communication, creativity, how you express yourself. And then obviously the character is female. So being female, feminine energy is the left-hand side of our body. It's our receiving side. It's our maternal side. So for me, with the card Moonlight, 51 comes to a 6. 6 revolves around family. And with the card Moonlight, I'm looking at things like the feminine energy, the mother energy, the maternal energy, and the fact that we do our best thinking at night, which is true for me. I'm not a day person, I'm a night person. I only go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning because I have my best ideas at night. I do my best work at night for myself, for my business, for my thinking, putting things into practical terms. Nighttime is better for me to kind of process things. And Moonlight talks about the timing being right. Just keep being observant, keep looking out for the things you need to be looking out for in the ways that you need to be looking out for them, and they will all come into fruition. Everything will come into place. It might not feel like it, but everything will come into place. Everything will come into its own and show itself in the right possible light, in the right possible way. Really, really, really important. Yeah. So don't forget, we're live Monday through Friday, 10 till 10:30 in the morning, UK time. That's Monday through Friday, 10 till 10:30 in the morning, UK time. That's first, and that is free for motivation, inspiration, and conversation for your day ahead. Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, we do our Zoom. So Tuesdays, we do our development, and Thursdays, we do our mediumship. Those are both £5 a week per person, and they take place via Zoom, so we can see, hear, and speak to each other. If you want to take part in a Tuesday or a Thursday night, get hold of me, and I will provide you with the necessary links to get you sorted. That's a Tuesday and a Thursday night. And then Sunday nights, we do Psychic Sundays. That's where we pull cards for individual people for the duration of the hour or so that we work on a Sunday evening. For those of you that are interested, our Chakras workshop is on Saturday the 27th. Saturday the 27th from 10 till 2. It is £30 for the morning, I suppose, morning, midday, for the 4-hour workshop. You will get notes posted to you, emailed to you that you can use for the workshop. We go through them. It's very interactive. You get to play around and work with different things, and we will be having all the details of that on our page. If you go to our page, MJ Lifestylist, go to our page on Facebook. In our events section, you will find the Chakras Workshop. Chakras Workshop, the last Saturday of this month. Also on our page, you'll find all other news, views, reviews, etc. for my work as a medium, for my work as a teacher. Lots of people have put up reviews, and it's lovely for me that they have done that, because it just sort of affirms the work that I do. I was going to say something. Oh, and we've also got a YouTube channel. Don't forget, you can find us on YouTube, MJ Lifestylist on YouTube. It is live now. It is actually taking this broadcast, or right now is going live to YouTube. So you can find us on YouTube as well. What date did I say? Okay, we've done that. What date did I say the workshop was? We just shared that. Baie lekker, but it's back to reality now. Skole vandag begin. Sure. She's saying school starts today. It's back to reality. Right, ladies, gents, and all of those in between, thank you for being here. Please take care of yourselves and each other. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, and you're doing the best you can with the tools that you've got. Be blessed. Have a fantastic day, whatever you decide to do. Until we see you again, namaste, MJ.